Hey guys, this is Jidus again, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys what pixel peeking is and pixel glitching. So it's when there's a really tight spot within a map that you can lie up against like really close and peek through it, and it's extremely hard for the opposing attacker or defender, whoever's on the other side of the object basically, to see through that little line of sight that you're looking through because you're so close to it and they're so far, so it's easy for you to shoot through it. And so, as an example, here's the first one. This one's a little wider than most pixel peeking spots, but this is in plane in the basement by cargo. So these are the back stairs here, and as a defender, say you're playing bomb site here, you can just lay right here and peek them as they come through this stairwell. So from this side, this one's a little bigger, so it can be seen from, the attacker or whatever, but this is still a pretty good spot. They might not expect it. They'll be peeking, left side, right side, and then you can just be hiding here, shooting up. So for the second pixel peeking glitching spot, it's actually now the same map, but these are the servers top floor. So this is at the very back again, where this hatch drops down here, and the attackers might drop down there, and if you think they are, you can just line up against this little hole. Hold down your Alt key or whatever it is to just slow walk and then find that spot where you're right up to it. You can see that you get a pretty decent, line of sight on them. There's no way from dropping down here they're going to be, looking around this area or just not even caring running through, and you're going to be right up there, and it's almost impossible to shoot through that without being close. So that's another really good spot. Alright, so for our second pixel peeking spot, this is in Canal. This is on the white side of the building in server and control. So this is obviously control, so you're just going to walk over here to server, and if you lie down right between this spot, you can actually get a really good line of sight through here. Now this is one of my favorite spots, so if you just like put an ADS somewhere here, here I'm just going to pull these down for you, get a better view. So the attackers always like to hang around this area called L, so they're going to be peeking around that window, and you're going to be lying right behind here, looking through right into this window spot, and they're going to be peeking that window, and you can get a really good shot on them. And most of the time they're not going to see what's going to hit them because obviously it's so thin from out here. So that's another really good spot that you could use. Alright, so for the final spot that I'm going to show you here, this is in the basement of Clubhouse. This is the church and arsenal room. So you're just going to want to walk over here. This one's actually probably one of the most common spots. And you want to do that alt walk thing, keep moving until you get it somewhat lined up, and there we go. So you can get a pretty good line of sight right through down this hallway. You can see the end of the door here, the red part. So I'll just shoot, and then you can see that's where it comes from. So when they come down through the garage, drop down through here, there's no way they're going to see through this or be able to shoot through it. They're going to hit the sides if they even try, so it's really hard. So if you just stay there, you can keep them locked down here. And if they don't realize, they just keep pushing. By the time they're here, you obviously can just spray them down the head. Or just try to tap fire, actually, from pixel glitching. It's not worth spraying because you're going to bounce around and hit the sides, so I meant tap firing, so just... or even swap it to this. That works too. Alright, so I'm just going to show you a more advanced pixel glitch on this spot. So if you just sort of make a little hole here by these lines right there, you can come back through the tunnel. And right about here, get a pretty good line of sight through into this. Or even if you're lying down, make the hole a little higher. So that will shoot right through into here, and obviously back here. It's a little hard to see. You're gonna have to use an ACOG and just mess around with the FOV, try to make it work, but you can actually check out my settings guide that I released last video, and I sort of like just go through my settings and how to pick your FOV and all that good stuff. So check that out if you haven't already. And anyway, sort of going off track here, but if the guys like sort of run down here and start peeking through here, they're standing right about here. There's absolutely no way they're gonna see you through here. So just keep in mind that's another available spot. And since we're already here, I'm gonna talk about creating your own pixel peeking spots. So of course there's a lot of other pixel peeking spots in Rainbow Six Siege that are around the maps that are created by the environment itself, but you can actually create your own. And by this I mean with the barricade. Now that seems pretty simple, but it actually works pretty effectively. So for example, you can take any corner, sort of just put it down at an angle like this, and you can see how the barricade works is like it gradually gets smaller, like a little step in, and it sort of like drops in. So you always want this bottom piece to be touching the wall or close to touching it, and then you're going to use the second part as the pixel peeking spot. So you can just sort of like move around with the Alt key, slowly find a spot, and it's going to be really hard for them to actually see you. So, see that's about head level, and all you're showing for on their side is like the very tip of your head, so it's really hard for them to see. Of course, this side's a little worse because this isn't as close, but that's what I mean. Like, you can just put the barricade pretty much anywhere and just experiment with it. Like, the possibilities are limitless. So, of course, this isn't as good. I'll actually use this as an example, though, because even if it's not that good and nothing's really close, you can tighten the gap by simply just moving over a little more, right? And then pop your little hole. And, you know, if you're here, you're more exposed to anything. But if you sort of like close the gap by moving left or right to make a thinner hole, they're gonna not be able to see a lot, rather than you sitting this side and peeking it. That makes sense. So yeah, that's how you make your own pixel peeking spots, which are really good and effective. Now, what I actually do not recommend is putting barricades on like outer doorways such as this. Like if you're trying to create a pixel peek spot like through here or something, I wouldn't recommend putting it on windows like, or sorry, doorways on the outer rim of the sites. Like here would be okay because it's like between or whatever. But say you're putting it like over here at an angle facing this right down here, don't do that. And the reason for that is simply because Blackbeard can just use this to his advantage. So my next sort of tip of this video is how to use head glitching to the maximum potential. So never do this, because the Blackbeard can simply just walk up here, have his little face shield, and peek around here. Sorry, I'm gonna pause this and get back when the round's over. Alright, we're back at it. So, back to this, what I was trying to explain, that never put these on the outer shells of your sites, because they can just be used to the enemy's advantage once they push up to here by head glitching. Now, head glitching is another sort of like technique that pros use and other high-level Siege players. So head glitching is basically revealing or showing only your head to the enemy from their point of view and nothing else. So these aren't the best, but your head sort of levels out around here to them at least. So if they're standing here, all they'll see is your head, right? So that's the head glitching spots. But what I want to sort of teach you guys today in this video is that you shouldn't be just sitting here with your head sticking out, even though if it, you know, it's like a head glitching spot, you think you're safe, it's only your head showing, they're probably going to miss it. But if you want to go even more in depth, what I recommend is actually just sort of just like crouching and not revealing anything, and sort of using the netcode to your advantage. So do quick peeks, see if anyone's coming or standing around this area, and just go in and out, because they're not going to be able to react in time to shoot you while you're doing this. And if there is someone at the last second while you go in, sort of like straighten up, peek up, and quick fire, and then peek back down. So sort of look like this. You're gonna be peeking, see someone, and you just want to sort of like quickly peek, make quick peeks, revealing only your head for like a second or less. You know what I mean? Like just peek, shoot, peek, shoot, peek, shoot. This way, it's not even hard for them to simply shoot your head while you're like standing there, but since you're peeking up and down, it's a lot harder. Plus the netcode delay, so technically when you're up and going down really quickly, your head is technically not even coming up because of the netcode. Like it still can be shot if timed correctly, but it's extremely hard for the opposing player to do that. So you just want to sort of just like stay hidden, or even have like sort of a camera, get your Valkyrie to set something up, like, you know what I mean, like sort of by the garage area. So if she puts a camera on this thing, you can be watching it right here, just chilling and seeing until someone comes. Then what you want to do is just get off that camera, peek up, shoot, peek up, shoot, peek up, shoot. Pikachu, I mean, wait, what? So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much how head glitching works in the advanced level. You don't want to like fully just keep your head exposed like Counter-Strike or other games like that. Because of the netcode in this game, you can actually use it to your advantage. So that is all today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'm going to be Like I said, I'm going to be releasing a lot of content in these next 2 weeks. So my next video, I'm just going to do sort of like a kill compilation, sort of like a fun video. I already have that one made. I'm just going to upload it after this. And then after this video, I'm going to, after that video, I'm going to release a cheeky spots, sort of like pro ESL locations that are really, you know, smart to use and hard to counter. So I'm going to be releasing that probably early next week. So stay tuned for that. Do subscribe to be alerted when that video comes out and all the other videos that I have planned out. It's going to be really exciting, guys. So do leave a like on this video if you did enjoy. Comment down below what you think and how I can possibly improve in the future. So thank you guys so much. I love you all and see you next time.